Chris. I run the events here. We're very proud to have Carrie Underwood. And hang on just a second. So first, let me introduce the moderator tonight. It is Liz Blosser, the editor-in-chief of Women's Health.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out and for your patience. It's wonderful to be here today. As Chris said, my name is Liz Blosser. I'm the editor-in-chief of Women's Health, and I'm very proud to say that the woman you'll be hearing from shortly graces the cover of our April issue, which will be on newsstands in a week. We're super excited. So without further ado, here comes the introduction. She's an award-winning singer, songwriter, producer, entrepreneur, whose latest album, City Pretty, just went platinum. She now adds a new title to her already impressive list of accomplishments. Author. Please welcome Carrie Underwood.
Back there. I'm like, I'll take this one, I'll take this one.
Take them off your voice.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into it. I'm so excited to talk to you this morning because I just finished Carrie's book, Find Your Path, and I am 100% obsessed. I hung on every word. It resonated with me like down to every cell in my being. I'm so excited for you all to read it. So let's start talking about it. With the
Have you read it yet? You just got it. Have you read it?
You guys, just wait. It's as good as I just said, I promise. With the launch of your first book, Find Your Path, and the launch of your new Fit 52 app, and the 5th anniversary of your Kalia by Carrie Underwood line, health and fitness are clearly huge passions in your life. Can you tell me how your personal path brought you to that point?
Well, I do feel like I've always kind of had that inner health and fitness nerd inside me. Growing up in a really small town, we didn't even have a gym, but we were all pretty active and we went outside, and it's like I always wanted to. I remember trying to go for runs down our like dirt road and like trying to figure out what to do to feel better and to further my path, my journey, and I always wanted to eat healthier, but I really didn't know how. When I was older and I was kind of making my own decisions, I was buying my own groceries, I was trying to, I had a little more motivation to want to better myself. I made some not so great decisions along the way, and I was trying anything just to see what I could do, and I feel like it took me a while, but I have a sense of balance in my life now. And of course, like you said, 5 years ago, we started Kalia, and it was such a fun, meaningful endeavor. I loved the lifestyle. I loved doing the shoots. It's like it pushed me even further into this world. And then I feel like a lot of people along the way would say, you should write a book. And I'm like, well, would anybody read it? Do I have anything to say? And we just kind of started just to see what would happen. And it was such a great path of self-discovery, and obviously the app came next because it was like this great companion to the book. So it just, I don't know, it's just all become such a wonderful project, and it's my life, and I feel like it's so common sense, and I'm just telling you what works for me. You can take all of it, you can take some of it, maybe it'll spark your own ideas in your life. Simple swaps that you can make, but it just all starts with one foot in front of the other.
Finding your path.
Yeah, gotta figure it out.
I love what you say in the book about it's not about doing what's easy for you, it's about doing what's simple. That really makes things work for you. And as a fellow mother with 3 children, that like blew my mind. I think that simple sentence really crystallizes kind of the essence of the book. Like, you think about taking everything down in its most simple form, we can do every single thing you say to do in the book. And you don't say do this or that.
We are not saying and we're not saying to do anything crazy. Like I feel like everybody's looking for the fad of the moment, you know, and a lot of them are not sustainable. So I love reading about like new diets and new foods and new exercise trends and things like that. I love it. But a lot of times I'm like, well, that'll work for a week, you know what I mean? Or a month. You know, we say in the book, if you can't see yourself doing it a year from now, don't do it. It's not going to work. It's not a lifestyle. That's a quick fix, and then most likely you're going to end up going back to whatever it is you were doing before that wasn't working. So,
at Women's Health, we have a motto: sweat changes everything. I firmly subscribe to that, and I have a feeling you do too. Can you talk about what fitness means in your life?
It is my mood elevator. I wish I had time for facials and massages and things like that. I don't. I might do the occasional one on vacation when there's a vacation, but that is my time. And you know, we're lucky enough to kind of have a little gym set up, and it's slightly away from our house. Because I remember at our old house, I'd be up in the gym room, and my child would come in, and I'd be like, "All right, I guess we're both working out today." But yeah, I mean, that's my me time, and I would take that over any other like relaxing things.
Tell us a little bit more about the Fit 52 philosophy and what we can expect, particularly from the exercise portion of the book.
The overall, it is a philosophy. It's a philosophy. I just made up a word. What is the word philosophy? Now it just sounds weird. It is a philosophy. It's a mindset. It's saying that, you know, if you are setting unrealistic expectations for yourself, that you, like I said, things that you can't stick with, you know, you're never going to get change. You're never going to get to be where you want to be. We say, look at everything, look at the big picture, look at your overall week, look at your overall month, look at your overall year. You know, put in the work, put good fuel in your body, but enjoy yourself. Go to the birthday parties, enjoy that glass of wine with your girlfriends. You know, it's life. So, you know, you hear a lot about like the 80-20 principle. It's a lot like that. It's about looking at your overall well-being and doing your best most of the time. And then the workouts kind of feed into that. I've been doing for years a workout using a deck of cards, and it's kind of something that it's been around in the fitness world for a long time, but I've never seen it kind of put in a mainstream way for many people. So my trainer and I kind of developed this so that everybody can do it and everybody can follow it. And basically, you get a full body workout. It doesn't take that long, and you can leave feeling good about yourself and
Amazing.
help you on your way.
Speaking of feeling good about yourself, there's some awesome recipes in the book.
Which was really hard for me, by the way. Like, these are my recipes, Kara's recipes. You're gonna meet her in a minute. Like, I'm such an eyeballer. I was like, I don't know how much I had to sit and like figure out how much I put into all of these recipes. So, well, from my kitchen to yours. And I'm not a chef, but it tastes good. It is simple. These should be things you should have in your pantry. I'm not telling you to use crazy ingredients that you're never going to find anywhere.
It doesn't.
Not how I roll.
Obscure ingredients. Most of the stuff that you already have at home. I am particularly looking forward to making the biscuits with chocolate gravy.
Okay, that's a treat.
I know. It's brings me to my next question.
So that was in there. Yes, but I put that in there. My mom, we're Southern, right? My mom would make chocolate gravy and biscuits. They tried to classify it when we were talking about putting it in the book. Like, somebody stuck it under desserts, and I was like, it ain't a dessert, that's breakfast. So this is what we would do as a kid, which is why, you know, I had to like buckle down and find my path.
I grew up in the Midwest, and we did the same thing where donuts were considered a breakfast.
So sometimes I want it, right? Because that's what I grew up with. That's comforting to me. So I made some swaps. I made it better for me. Is it healthy? No. But it's a way that I can enjoy something that I really love every once in a while and have that part of my life, but I've made it better for me, and you really can't tell the difference when you eat it.
And you want people to not feel deprived. To your
Right.
point about can you do this in a year?
Right.
If you're eating things that
No,
make
that's
you
just
happy
not,
and
that's not
taste
life.
good.
You just, it's not fair. We should love what we're doing.
Well, switching gears for a second, I wanted to talk to you about what the writing process was like. I know you've always been a big journaler.
Yes.
Did it feel similar to journaling, or was it different? What was it like?
Well, it started out with sticky notes all over my windows. People would come over and be like, "What is going on in your kitchen?" Because I literally just had like hundreds of sticky notes with ideas and, you know, chapter thoughts and sayings or just really anything. And then trying to organize all of those thoughts was more difficult. It was more of a challenge than I thought it would be. But fortunately, I wrote a lot of this book when I was pregnant, and I had pregnancy insomnia terribly.
There you go.
So I would get up at like 2 or 3 in the morning. I'd go sit at my kitchen table and type and listen to music and try to figure out what it was that I put in recipes for 3 or 4 hours, and I would get a lot done. So thanks, Jake.
Amazing. Well, you also had help from some friends,
Yes.
some major experts in your life in the fitness and food categories. So actually, we get to bring the first one out right now. Let's welcome one of Carrie's contributors for Find Your Path and the Fit 52 app, her longtime personal trainer, Eve Overland. Welcome.
Hi.
Eve, can you tell us how you and Carrie collaborated on the Fit 52 workouts?
Yeah, I introduced this game to Carrie 10 years ago, and it kind of evolved over the years organically, and Carrie really liked it. She talks about it, that she likes to have a little personal trainer in her pocket. So we use the cards as a tool so you guys can work out anywhere, anytime with as much equipment as you have, as you want. And so it's been great. So in the book, we're a little bit more detailed about what exercises complement each other. We also give suggestions and tips on how you can tailor it to your personal goals and your path.
Awesome.
It's a full body workout.
Yes,
Very balanced.
it is.
Very balanced.
So, Carrie, you're on the road right now. Your home is in Nashville. You're on tour all the time. How does Eve keep you on your path when you're traveling?
Well, I mean, initially it was kind of her job to figure out what hotel we were going to be in and what they had available, because that's always a challenge. Sometimes you get lots of equipment, sometimes you get nothing, and it's except a deck of cards. But it was her job to kind of figure out what we were going to do and how we were going to do it. And now, you know, that's the thing. I don't want to think about what I do at home. I'll even find myself being like, what the heck am I going to do to work out today? And she just takes the guesswork out of it. And that's kind of also why we went one step further and made the app, was for, I just don't want to think about it. So, and I was getting tired of taking my deck of cards into hotel gyms and
Yeah.
people wondering, is she here to play spades? Like, what is she doing? Yeah.
Looking for a card game. I have 2 words for you, audience. Chapter 6. That's where Eve and Carrie give you some secrets to her amazing, strong, kick-ass legs. So until they get into the book and read that chapter, do you have any like quick and simple tips? What do we need to know if we're going home today and we want to feel strong and tall and powerful like Carrie on those long legs?
I'm going to lean into that with what you said. It's quick. It's not about, like Carrie was saying, it's a quick fix. I think the cornerstone of our training is the basics. It doesn't have to be fancy. It's just the basics, the squats, the deadlifts, the lunges, things that will give you the most bang for your buck. So yeah, we do add a little bit more fun stuff and a little more detailed stuff here and there. But the cornerstone of your workout should be basic. It doesn't have to be super fancy. You don't need to like load yourself up with armor or bands. So stick with the basics and always progress, like add load, add weight. Carrie talks about, you know, loving muscles and loving to be strong, and she is not afraid of lifting heavy weights. So that's where the power comes from, and that's how she can do what she loves to do on stage and at home.
Amazing. All right, before we bring out our next guest, I have one more question on the fitness front. If somebody is just starting on their fitness journey, do you have any quick words of wisdom for them to get them out that front door?
Well, first off, you have to want to. I mean, I feel like there's so many, we like, I'm always talking to my mom and my dad, and I'm like, you guys need to just go for walks or do something, you know, If you don't want to, you're not going to. So first and foremost, you gotta want it. You gotta want it for yourself. You gotta want it for your children, your family, whoever or whatever it is in your life that's your goal. You gotta want it, and then just start. I feel like so many people try so hard. Okay, it's the new year. I'm gonna just overhaul my entire life. I'm gonna cut out all this stuff that I really like, and I'm gonna go to the gym 7 days a week. And everybody is gung-ho about it at first, and then slowly but surely, that's not sustainable. So go for a walk, kind of start at one thing at a time. Work on cleaning up your fuel, your diet. Don't try to overhaul your life all at once. And then once you start going, you start feeling better, there's some momentum, you start seeing results, you do, walk up a flight of stairs and you're, hey, I'm not winded, sweet. Makes you want to keep going further, and then before you know it, you'll be writing books and
Exactly.
and working out all the time.
And 52 is about the number of cards in a playing deck, but it's also, the ethos of the book is that you don't have to be perfect every single day.
Right.
Try to be
52
good.
weeks
Try
of
to
the
do
year.
it right most days.
So
you-
52
that's
chances
right. So you're winning the
to
week
do your
rather
best.
than
Yeah.
every single minute of every single day.
Yes.
And I think your nutrition and cooking philosophy is very similar, which leads me to our next amazing guest. Please welcome another one of Carrie's good friends and a contributor to her book, Find Your Path, Kara Clark. Welcome, Kara. So Carrie,
You're tall, so
she's Kara's a former basketball player, point guard over here. Carrie, you and Kara met each other in college, and she's gone on since then to become a successful nutritionist. What inspired you to ask her to be a contributor to your first book?
Well, I felt like it was important to have experts involved. I know what works for me, and I know what studies I read and what the fuel that makes my body feel good. But I feel like it would lend a lot more credibility if there were obvious experts involved. I love that she has 4 kids, so she's a busy mom, and the foods that she's always posting on Instagram, I'm like, those are simple, those are easy, that's stuff I have in my fridge, and she's feeding all her babies and herself and doing it right. So
Yeah.
she knows the struggle. Struggle's really.
And then, Kara, can you tell me about what it was like working with Carrie on this? Did you guys have similar sensibilities when it came to your approach to eating?
Oh yeah, both of us think very simply, like she said. So simply, consistency, you guys will see those are 2 main themes in the book. If you know Carrie at all, which everybody here knows her on some level, you know she doesn't need a whole lot of accountability. She's one of the most disciplined and driven people I've ever been around, and even I cried, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but even at the end of college when she was going to American Idol, she was still just the hardest working person I know. So she didn't necessarily need a lot of my support, but when we were coming up with recipes, it was very important for us to stay focused on plant-based, and you'll see that throughout the book, and then simple. And she thinks I'm fancier, but I'm not much. Neither of us need a lot of variety.
I do feel like I should say as well, there's so much about this book, the exercises, the food, that is very customizable to your preferences and your tastes and what you need. So while they are predominantly plant-based, we always have suggestions for things that you could add to it. I don't expect you guys to be vegan. My husband's not, so that was kind of an important thing. You can be healthy and fuel yourself up right without doing it exactly like I do. So we offer suggestions.
Yeah, there's a whole spectrum, it seems. And you're also a self-described science nerd, which I love because it's all about the research and the science behind it.
Food science,
Food science.
not like science.
Biology.
I did not do. I mean, I made A's because I could study, but I was not good at that.
And so, Carrie, were you able to bring in some of that science?
Yeah, which has been really fun, but we also try to keep that practical, and we wanted Carrie's fans and readers to really understand, and what she goes back to a lot is finding your own path and self-discovery, and so we always push back towards that. And if you want to go study the science of nutrition, great. The beautiful thing is it's evolving every day, and that's where we both like geek out. Like, there's so many new products that are grab and go, that are super easy and super helpful. There are, there's just new studies being done every day, and the key component is consistency. So if you have to grab and go and you can't make everything in your kitchen at home, then we support that. And so that's, a little less science and more like, let's help you figure it out.
All right, well, we are going to wrap it up there. Thank you, Eve. Thank you, Kara. Thank you, Carrie. You guys get 52 today. Check out the app, and please check out the April issue of Women's Health and our amazing cover story and feature with the one and only Carrie. Woo! Thank you.
Everybody gets